Welcome to Creating Disney Magic with Lee Cockerell. Lessons in leadership, management, and customer service. You can create magic too. I'm your host, Jody Mayberry, and often Lee and I will say, if you have a topic you want us to talk about, just reach out to us. And Lee, our friend Eric Harrington took us up on that, and he sent an article and said, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this. And it's about AI. So I will give you the quick rundown. And it said in recent layoffs, AI's role may be bigger than companies are letting on. And so the short version of that article is more layoffs than you realize are because AI has started doing more for organizations, that AI is impacting human resources, marketing, manufacturing, it's in everywhere. Human resources, as an example, takes less people because you can build chatbots that answer questions. So there's just one example. So Eric would just like your take on AI in the workplace, AI taking jobs, AI changing the workplace. And Lee saw a lot of changes, even email that came in during Lee's career, computers came in during Lee's career. Like Lee went through a lot of changes in your career, in his career, but AI is changing things really fast. So, Lee, I know you've been out of being directly in a
Yeah,
corporate workforce for a while, but that also gives you the chance to talk to a lot of people across many industries. So, what's your take on this? AI, is it impacting our jobs?
yeah. I don't know everything about that yet, but I can tell you one thing. I'm old enough to know that technology always makes a difference and starts to change things. I was a guy working before the electronic calculator was available. I still had the old one where you pulled the handle to do accounting work, and certainly computers changed everything, and everything got done quicker, and everything got done more accurately, and on and on and on. But AI, I'm fascinated by it. Most frankly, I've been using it personally just to learn more deeply about a subject because I know it goes out and checks everything and comes back with its points of view. And the way I would and you would use it now is I go through what it sends me back and just confirm that I agree with that, or I take something out that I don't agree with and I put in my thought. Because if it's going to be something I'm going to send out to people, I want it to represent my opinion and what my point of view is on it. And it is pretty amazing. But I think the key is you got to make sure it's accurate and that it's goes along with your own beliefs about what it, and certainly in accounting or payroll or things, it's got to be accurate because that's numbers and numbers have to add up, and it will be. And we already had that with computers anyway. Just automatically, I mean, every bill I pay today is automatic. Nobody ever sees it. The computer takes it out of my bank account, boom, it's gone. There's nobody that sends any bills. There's nobody that puts a stamp on anything. Those jobs are gone. And this is what we're going to see. I mean, it's inevitable. I think it's inevitable that there are going to be less jobs that this is going to take the place of, and I'm sure you can see that too already. I mean, the other night I put one in, told it to design a nice little dog for me, and it just took a couple minutes, and it did it. I mean, a logo kind of just did it. And I'm going like, whoa. I mean, I'm not even gotten deep into it. I've just used it a few times, and I'm going to use it more. And when I have a subject that I'm really interested in, uh, could be historical or it could be tell me more about why uh, something happened in with whether it's whatever in history. Why did this happen? Go to get more knowledge, and I'm sure it's going to be teaching courses. I mean, online courses are going to be, uh, and I'm sure it's going to be a bot that's talking to you and teaching the course, and you'll interact with it. And I mean, it's just going to happen. I mean, and the reason it's going to happen in America is because we're crazed about making money and reducing expenses. That is where I will have the worry of what are people going to do? Well, there's 7.5 million jobs open right now in the United States. 7.7 million open, can't be filled. And I think it's going to. I think it won't be long before you're going to see 10 million. And what happens when people don't have employment? They don't have income. They don't have education. That's when you get into trouble, and it often leads to revolts and social unrest and theft and crime, and people got to eat. So it'll be interesting how we deal with this. Uh, Healthcare. I mean, literally, I think you'll be able to go in, put all your symptoms in. The bot will tell you what's wrong with you. In fact, they're solving medical problems right now. The computers are solving that a doctor couldn't figure out what was wrong. They put all the information in there and they found one little thing that the doctor wouldn't even have known about. This is probably the reason. You go, it's just, it's taken so much more information to make a conclusion that probably maybe when I put something in there that's I only knew 20% about it, and the computer knew 100%, and I got a different answer than I could have ever come up with because I just didn't know. I didn't know the history of that. I didn't know how that worked. I didn't know. Yeah, it's. I think that's going to be an issue. It's. I think. Well, I think everybody knows it's going to be an issue. It's not. We think it is going to be an issue. You want to look at AI, but the robotics. I see in China now they have dark factories. They just operate 24 hours a day. Nobody's in them. They're making cars while you're asleep. I mean, I would say the average American does not realize what's really going on around the world and how quick this is getting geared up to eliminate people. But then, I would say our big problem is going to be then what do we do? And now what do we do? We got, when we had 1 billion people not working, no food, no, I mean, and it won't even matter, the farmers with technology, we already know they're getting more production out of crops. Just how much water, when to do it, but if people can't afford the food, not sure how productive it helps you to get, if you have no income. Now, there's all these socialist countries and of course, half of America hates socialism and helping other people. The other half do. And I mean, I wonder where the barrier is. When do the two meet each other? You can't afford to do it. You can't afford to stop it. And then we end up with a crisis. So I don't know. I wish I could see the future, but the trend sounds a little shaky to me. You know, Kids are having a real trouble getting a job right now out of school. I mean, because computers take care of that work. I mean, so who knows?
Lee, if you were in an organization, do you think as a leader you have a responsibility to see what AI can do for your company? If you can, at minimum, enhance what your people are doing, and in many cases, we're seeing replace people with AI. Do you have a responsibility to explore
Yeah, see,
that?
the problem is the main responsibility of a company is to make money. Shareholders, people invested in it. I mean, so and then we say, well, where do the people? Don't worry about the people. The people got to. This is where the problem is right now, and that's why I'm kind of vocal on that kind of stuff. Once we quit thinking about people and only think about money, that sounds like a dead end. I mean, it's hard to imagine 8 billion people in the world, and all of a sudden the need for human workers is. I mean, you see these machines that go through a field and pick all the corn in like an hour. I mean,
Yeah,
they,
and people want to work.
yeah, of course they
That
do. That's how you build your self-confidence, self-esteem is based on work of producing, doing something. I don't know. I would say I'm old, so I'm not worried that much about it. You should worry about it. Your kids should you really worry about it. Okay, come out of school. What are you going to do?
yeah, that's part of
Capitalist
what I've talked
America.
that's part of what I've talked to my kids about is the job you will probably have may not even exist yet. And the
Oh,
job that you think you're going to get may not exist by the time you're ready for it. That's how fast it's changing now.
and you may just be having to take a job to eat that you don't even want, and it's already, you go to other countries, this has already happened. Brazil, most people are unemployed. I mean, Argentina, I mean, already a lot of these countries are people standing in lines for food, and I don't know. It's a big deal. So when you're
Uh,
taking your thinking time every day, Jody, think about this.
yeah, that well, there's not often we have an episode where Lee doesn't give us just solid advice. But Lee's been through a lot of change, but not a change like this. Lee has had a lot of technology added through his career, but nothing this extreme. So
Right.
it is difficult to look at. A lot of the technology added during Lee's career made the jobs easier for people or let them do better jobs at what they were already doing. Where now we're faced with something that may take jobs away or will take jobs away
Already
because
have.
we're already has. Yeah. We even recently, for the first time, a Tesla vehicle left the factory and drove itself to its new owner. No
Yeah,
one in between.
right. And my grocery store now has 7 check yourself out counters. I mean, that's where they are, and people are using them.
All right, Lee. So what would you do if you had just a mid-level job? Let's say you a manager, you have 3 or 4 direct reports, and you're worried that AI is going to eliminate your department, take your job. What do you do?
Well, I'll be thinking about what else I could be doing that will be harder. Although, will it satisfy your economic need of how much money you need, or what kind of life you want, or can it create passion for you every day to get up and do your job? And this is where it's going to be. A lot of people are doing what they don't want to do, and I don't know. I just don't know. I think it's hard to say if jobs are going to be available for your passion, for what you want. Uh, it's just it's happening so fast. It's hard to know. I mean, I guarantee you by this time next year it'll be dramatically different. And it's just it's hard. It's mind-boggling. I can't put my arms around when everything is going to get made by robots and they already got robots that come, go through your house and do the vacuuming. And, I mean, and on and on and on and on. And these self-driving cars and the taxis have been introduced already in Austin. Self-driving taxis, they're on the street. Uh, this is like rapid, and
Lee,
and
it's
at the
amazing to
docks, and loading and unloading the ships is automated and doesn't need these guys so much anymore.
yeah. Yeah, there's ways you also probably don't even realize. I called the car dealership the other day and had a conversation, which complete conversation about my car, scheduled an appointment, and it was a bot. It wasn't even a person, and it interacted with me. It had a conversation. It knew my car, and it scheduled the appointment that I needed.
So there you are. There
Yeah,
you are.
really impressive, really impressive, and it's just another example that you don't quite know what it's going to change. And there's 2 ways to look at it because yes, you want to protect the people, your people. And also, if you don't start embracing AI and the changes that are coming, you will be left behind by the businesses that do
Well, and
use it.
you're in a particular situation. You got two kids that are that age of, you think back, did they did they study the right things? Uh, are they going to be able to do what they want to do? Or are they going to be disappointed? Are they are those jobs going to exist? Young people have a whole lot more emotional issues coming, I think, that wasn't what they thought. You know, it's like a lot of people finding out now they studied the wrong kind of thing. It doesn't exist anymore, and nobody needs it. So I don't know. It's going to be Bishby. I would say be on your toes, ready to learn lots more things, learn secondary things, learn what else can you be doing. Uh, and you may have, and maybe going back to school and learning new things may be the name of the game. You're going to have to be always going to school to keep up. I mean, probably most young people ought to be going to school right now on AI, not and taking it seriously, because companies are going to want those people. You know, they said, what was it? Facebook the other day, Google were offering $300 million for certain people. They're so
Man, that is amazing.
expertise at this. Yeah,
Leah, it's fascinating to think in your lifetime, grew up on an Oklahoma dirt farm with no indoor plumbing and what the world does now.
it is mind boggling because the faster you go, the faster you go. That's the kind of what's learned turn. The more you know, the more you can make it go happen quicker and quicker and quicker. And computers are just, I mean, it's just, yeah, yeah.
Well, one job I don't think AI can ever take away is a park ranger because you're always going to need park rangers. But then also a vacation planner. Yes, AI can give you a list. This is what you should do. Eventually, AI probably can book things for you if it can't already. But nothing's going to replace talking to a travel advisor who's been there, done that, knows your family, and can recommend the right vacation. That's why you should call our friends at Magical Vacation Planner. You can reach them at 407-442-2694. And again, this is an interesting episode because it's one where Lee doesn't have a solid base of advice. It's just, hey, study, keep up because it's changing so fast. You've got to keep up.
And I would say the one thing on this episode, take this seriously. This is not just a podcast. This is real. And every person hearing this should be thinking, how's this going to affect me 5 years from now, a year from now, around the corner? Am I going to get laid off in 2 weeks? Get into the defense mode to figure out how you're going to take care of yourself. Because we know corporations will just lay you off.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
You know,
Well,
they love you, but they they love
yeah,
you.
there is always room for the trades too. We're always going to need people
The
in the
problem with
trades.
that though is welding a robot. Yeah, I mean, it's just like we probably screwed ourselves up by being so innovative.
I know. Lee, have you seen how they're 3D printing houses now?
Yes, yes,
Amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, gosh, we normally like to have more encouraging episodes. Let's blame this one on Eric Harrington. He sent this
yeah.
topic in, he
I'm
sent the
depressed
article.
now.
Yeah, way to go, Eric. You've ruined Lee's day, but that's all right. We're very glad Eric sent that in. It's a conversation everyone needs to have, and we're glad to start the conversation. If there's anything AI related impacting your job, your industry, or just something that you find interesting, Lee really does like keeping up to date on this topic. So reach out to either one of us. Lee is at leecockerell.com. I'm at jodymayberry.com. Even if we don't bring it on the show, Lee and I just like to keep up on this AI in general, but how is it impacting the workplace? So if you've got a story, if you've got an article, anything like that that you like to share, reach out to us. Until next week, go out and create magic for others.